Now I'd like to turn to our COVID-19 health data. We've all seen news reports over the past couple of days about increasing coronavirus cases in several states. I'm glad to say that so far, Virginia is not seeing a spike in our cases. In fact, our metrics are continuing to trend downward. I specifically want to show you a couple of those measures. This first slide, you see the total cases by date reported. The yellow line is the 7-day moving average. Our total cases have been trending downward since the end of May. This next chart shows us how many people in Virginia have unfortunately died from this virus. I don't often show this chart because deaths are what the scientists call a lagging indicator. They don't tell us about the current spread of the disease. That said, I want to note that as you can see from the yellow line, the number of COVID-19 deaths being reported to our Virginia Department of Health has been decreasing in the past couple of weeks, and I find that a very hopeful sign. In this next slide, you'll see the number of people tested, the number of positive tests, and the percent of tests that are positive. As you can see from the yellow trend line, our percent of positive tests has been trending downward for some time and was 8.9% at the beginning of this week. In comparison, its peak in the past, as you can see, was well over 20%. So we have made a lot of progress. And so we feel good about how these trends are going. That said, I cannot emphasize strongly enough that this virus is still with us, and everyone needs to continue to behave cautiously. We are 1 week into phase 2, and Northern Virginia and Richmond will go into phase 2 tomorrow. This means there are more places that you can go, and we all need to be very vigilant about protecting ourselves and each other when we go out. Cover your face, wash your hands, and please continue to stay 6 feet away from other people if at all possible. In addition, we have thousands of people out at protests where they are close to other people. I understand that people feel this is a critical time of change and they want to make their voices heard. I strongly encourage protesters to wear face coverings and social distance as much as possible. And I would urge protesters to get tested. I myself got tested last week, and while it was uncomfortable for a very brief period of time, it wasn't too bad. And I'm also glad to report that my test was negative. Now I'd like to turn to higher